Steve from Champaign, Illinois. Why does everyone hate that people get excited about spring ball? Tell him, Steve, why does everyone hate this? Everyone doesn't. That's the answer. Some mouthy people on Twitter do, and they make themselves sound like an army, but really, most of us understand we can enjoy spring. Most of us understand how to interpret this. I've been sarcastically saying all night, oh, we overreacted to spring. We overreacted to this game and that game. That's because there's this syndrome on social media where everyone wants to create something to then shout about. So if it doesn't exist, you just have to manufacture it. That's the way of the world. If an actual crisis doesn't exist, just manufacture it so that you can raise a torch and a pitchfork against it. Works beautifully. In the college football world, here's what that looks like. One person on a message board takes a little bit too much from a spring game. 14,000 people on Twitter start screaming about how everyone overreacts to spring games. And meanwhile, everyone else is listening to them yell and asking, who are you talking about exactly? And they all point out the few examples, and then you look at the few examples and say, yeah, but hardly anyone actually feels like this. Most people understand. Texas A&M's playing on a 65-yard field. Auburn's got a scoring system where the defense has 24 to start the game. No one's taking a whole lot from this. We just want to go out and get mildly to moderately sunburned and watch the players and see some of the early enrollees and rekindle friendships, eat some funnel cake. It is what it is. That's spring. No one's overreacting over here, so let's settle down. Here is my theory on this, though, since you asked. I think some people in the college football space want to take vacation in the spring. I said it. Because we don't, therefore I can say it. I don't think people want to be locked in spring. And so the old go-to for a lot of the folks in the college football media circuit has been to yell at everyone, don't take spring seriously. Translation, I don't want to cover this. Don't make me cover this. Which is your prerogative, but we don't believe in the off-season. Some of these folks don't, I know they traffic in the college football year-round conversation. It's not year-round for them. They want to check out in the spring. And to do that, they got to convince you that spring's not really all that serious. You shouldn't be taking any of this serious. Hey, I take it pretty seriously. I mean, we got some quarterback competitions out there. You're telling me you watched Carson Beck the other day and didn't learn a little something about him? Really? You're going to watch Milroe and Ty Simpson at Alabama this Saturday. You don't think you could learn a little something about them? I'm not saying Nick Saban's making his decision based on a scripted spring game, but I don't get to watch practice every day like he does. So I could absolutely learn something about those guys. I think the long and short of it is you got a bunch of folks like us, the norms out here, who understand how we should process spring games. You got a few casuals who overreact. Then you got a lot of folks who just want to hear themselves talk, who shout about people overreacting. A mountain out of a molehill, as Meemaw would say. And then you got some folks in the college football media sphere who really just want to be in Cabo or Panama City, if you roll in the circles I do, and they don't particularly want to cover spring football. And to that, I wag my pen, my Max Preps pen here. Thank you, Stoney. I wag my pen and say, you don't have to cover it, but don't hate on us because we're interested in it.